How you doing, guys? Welcome back to Coffee and Juice. So I don't want this to become the doom and gloom channel, but my last couple of installments have been negative. But this one, unfortunately, is going to be negative as well. If you read my thumbnail, the Kingdom of Thailand's coming after your pension. Let's talk about it. So this is something that I knew about maybe like a week or 2 weeks ago. So there's a new tax law in Thailand for 2024. Now, obviously, things aren't written in stone just yet, but if something is put in the mix by a government, normally what's going to happen is that they're going to follow through and they're just working out the nuances. So in my opinion, if you're coming out to Thailand or you live in Thailand, this is not a good thing that's about to happen. So let me explain a little bit. Just raise your hand. I know you're home in your basement or your living room or whatever you're doing, you're in your bathroom and you're watching this. So are you an expat that receives a pension? Raise your hand. Are you someone who's a digital nomad that sources out income? Raise your hand. So now with all these things, we talk about accessible income and if you're out here in the kingdom. So now what's going to happen now, basically, is that what they want to do to you is that it's probably not enough that you contribute to the infrastructure, also the tourist dollars that you're throwing in here, and also if you live here, you're throwing money into their economy. So probably what happened, somebody, some little weasel, some little snake, said, you know what? How do we get more money out of these expats that come here and, you know, the mindset is rifled through our country. But the dilemma is that if you sit on the other side of the table, without us, you're nowhere. So let me just get into that little rant for a second. So now you want to basically take, and also we talk about taxation. They may want to recapture money from you. So let's say you lived here and they're like, you know what, we're going to go back 5 years and we're also going to tax that. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put up some excerpts that I collected, a little bit of a mosaic of this new taxation law. So what I'm saying is that if you live here, you're looking to come here. Me personally, if you listen to the channel, I recently have procured a Thai elite visa for 5 years, which was a heavy chunk of change. But what I wanted it to be is that I dealt with immigration. I initially dealt with a 2-month visa where they basically wanted to know my life story and everything that went on. You know, finances, you got to give them everything. So I was like, you know what? For a little bit of extra money, why don't I just grab this? So now here's the thing. Part of the rules that I'm reading, and everything is still developing, is that if you stay in the country for 180 days, they basically have the ability to come after you and take your money and taxation. So now let's look at it like this. If you got a pension, you already know if you're a pensioner, you're on a fixed income, you got $2, $3, $4, $5,000 coming in, right? And you're like, you know what? I budgeted myself very nicely. But let me just give you a little something. Let's say you make, let's say we go pension and whatever other sources of income, you make 55,000 and above. They have the right to take 30%. Now, I'm going to say that again. They can take 30% of your money. Now, is there double taxation? Could there be a voucher in your home country? But my question is, why do you even got to deal with that? Why are you coming after my money now? So what I'm saying is that Thailand, in my opinion, and I already have something in the works. As soon as I read this, you know, I'm a guy who could be very tactical. So there's something called tactical clairvoyance. I'm already trying to do my mathematics, right? Because the Thai elite visa lets me stay in this country indefinitely for the next 5 years with a TM30, which is annoying. And that's something I did in another video. But if we go back to this, why should I even have to do any of this? Regardless, I'm a Thai elite visa holder. You're someone here on a retirement visa, long-term stay. If you have residential property, right? Like you're like, you know what? I bought this studio in Bangkok. I bought this. I'm renting it out, Airbnb. They're coming to tax that also. They want their pound of flesh, as they call it. So what I'm saying is that we talk about going back to clairvoyance. I was going to hang out till about June, and then I got to go back to the States. Once again, you'll see my nomadic experience there. I'm a guy who lives out of a customized van that I'm having customized at the moment. So it's purely nomadic. But when we get back into the nomadic lifestyle, I wanted to stay in Thailand because I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to have lodging. But now all of a sudden, what I'm going to have to do, and it may be to my own benefit, is that I'm checking out the Philippines, checking out Vietnam. I'm checking out all these places because if it comes down to mathematics, meaning that if I got to stay in Thailand collectively 179 days and they can't even attack any of my money, well, that's what I'm going to do.
This is going to be family reading time. So reading is fundamental.
Well, you would think that if you put X amount of dollars down, Thai Elite Visa, or you're just an expat, you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you want them taxing your pension? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, it's wrong. It's greedy. And what will happen, mark my words, if they go through with it, see, the thing is that when people get greedy, they might lose the whole enchilada, is that people are not going to come here, number one. Number two is people are smart when it comes to money. If you know you're under attack, you're going to make moves. You're going to start to move differently. Like I already started looking. I'm like, okay, you want to play the game? I can play the game too. So what you would lose is money if you're the organization that's trying to do this. So all I'm saying is I wanted to give you this upfront information that there is a new law that is being worked out. Now, you got to look at the language that's being used, right? The language is looking to be worked out in nuance, which means it's going to happen. Now, is it going to be so, I like to use the word violent to your pocket? Could be. But all I'm saying is that they're trying to figure out a way to say, you know what? Billy the Brit, Joey from New York, all want to come out here and be expats, no problem. But let me try to gouge your pocket because you like what we have. And if you don't like it, I can't say the words on YouTube, but you could go yourself. So coffee and juice, I'm going to keep you updated. I'm trying to protect your money. I'm trying to protect you. And obviously, I'm trying to protect myself. So probably you're going to see some more videos coming out of the Philippines, Vietnam, because I'm basically going to be forced to push out so I don't get caught up in that circle where they could say, that guy's been here 181 days. Let's tax him. All right? We'll talk soon. And that's that.